Thank you very much for inviting me over here. So I've been listening to most of today's talks and a bit of yesterday's online. So the buzz created by AI and generative AI is omnipresent these days. People are using it in many areas, many technologies, many places. And it is slowly creeping into education system, and probably in the next few years we will see everywhere AI tools being applied. So before thinking or before going further ahead, I have certain objections to some of the ideas that are being proposed in education. Probably my talk will be somewhat diametrically opposite to what many people are proposing. So you have to see the other side of the coin also. See, we as a humans, as a race, we have progressed so much just because we have a better brain than other species. So maybe, and people are thinking that artificial intelligence is something which is going to be the key thing next. So is it so? So every technology, this is something we should look at. See, when somebody suddenly tries to sell something to you. So see, as an engineer, I feel that this is a very promising technology, but it is not as being projected. Maybe you should look at this Gartner's Skype cycle or hype cycle, which is being said about most of the technology. So every technology, see, when it comes out, there will be a big leap or big hype around that. So this has been the case with many of the things we have seen. See, most of my colleagues are sitting here. We have seen many things over the past 30-40 years, say biotechnology. See, people were saying that biotechnology is going to turn around. It has made some good progress, but it has not become so omnipresent. The same is the case with AI also. AI, you should be very careful to separate out the hype from the technology. That's what my idea is. So there is a huge amount of hype associated with the current scenario. Maybe, so this cycle will happen. Maybe this hype will go on for some more time. Then suddenly people will say this is not good, this is not going to deliver, then it will come down. Then at one point, it will slowly pick up. See, the technology will mature itself and become something which is very useful, very commonplace, just like any other tool that we use. So my proposition is that you should think of it as a tool, not as a provider of solution for every problem that we face now. So the problem, to substantiate my arguments, I will say, see, we have 5 senses, it's fine, and we have a good brain. See, our intelligence is connected with these 5 senses. These 5 senses, these senses are being wired by our neurological structure into our brain, and our brain processes this data. Now, so far, the artificial intelligence hype has looked at only at speech and vision, or these two aspects of our human intelligence. So personally, I have been working on some kind of gas detection, smell detection sometime. And I know this is a very difficult problem, detecting a gas. So smelling a gas using a computer is a very difficult problem. And so our own learning, our own understanding, our intelligence comes from all these 5 senses, not from just 2. So people right now, all these technologies being hyped, they have only two of them being projected. That is your vision and your speech. So you have taste, you have touch. So I've seen haptics lab where people are experimenting with touch. So the feel that you get from when I am striking here on this podium, or when I strike a mattress, it's different. And each one of us have a different feeling also. So this thing, only if all these five senses are being brought into our brain or our computer, or that collective intelligence can happen. So as a replacement of human with a computer. So probably you might have seen that Endrian kind of thing. See, it regenerates another robot, and it goes on multiplying, taking control over it. So this is not going to happen very soon, because see, there are a lot of problems to be solved. So from the perspective of engineers or engineering education, we should look at it in a very proactive manner. So that having said this, so I don't despise the current generative AI technology. It has progressed so fast in the past 5 years. This technology has impacted many areas. But my point is that we should be a little bit more careful in projecting this as a panacea for all kind of diseases that we have right now. Anyway, so let's see. In order to have a broader idea, let's see what is our human intelligence. Human intelligence comes from all these kind of input senses, and then we learn. See, this is something which we are all trying to interfere into, how the learning process comes. And we have all the reasoning things. So reasoning also partially, we have solved, but not to the extent that a human brain can reason. So maybe you can play some chess. Some of your our new generation, our supercomputers can beat chess champions, but still the human reasoning or human creativity, that kind of thing is what I feel is that beyond our reach of computers so far. Also, our perception is something different. See, you perceive many things. When I see audience here, I can recognize some of my friends. I can recognize some of the strangers. I can see that some people are browsing. See, that kind of perception is something which is yet to come into the artificial intelligence. See, given a picture. If I am given a single picture here of this whole, I can actually infer many things. So far, this kind of capabilities have not come into our thing. So also the language understanding, language problem. This has been partially solved by this generative AI. Understanding language, human languages from one language to another. So translation, kind of summarization, this kind of things people have solved partially. But still, the language has some other content. See, when you speak or when you interact with a classroom, it's not only language. There is something else connected with this. See, the manner in which I articulate my hands, the way in which I look at you, how my facial expression. See, all these things are also inherent with our language. See, these things are yet to materialize in our things. So still, these are still lacking, or people are researching on this. Detecting emotions, detecting gestures, things like these are slowly being improved. But still, we are nowhere near a human-like level. Also, we have all the feelings. So, do the computers have all the feelings? So, if you read a paragraph, so a sad paragraph, human feelings are totally different. No, like that of the computers. I don't know how we will look at all these things. So anyway, see, over the past 50 years, we have done tremendous increase. And the generative models, they are saying that I have very little more time. I will just skip some of them. And maybe I will come to the crux of this thing. Why you should be careful about all the generative. See, there are two kinds of models here. So one is discriminative and the other one of generative. This is what is being used in most of the AI systems. So earlier, see, up to say around 2014-15, people were looking at all discriminative models. So discriminative model means that, so if you show the picture of a dog and find what is this, or a picture of some glass or something, and you will say that what is this. So it will discriminate between things. Or we will say that, so this is this person, this is that person, like that. So this is somewhat matured nowadays. Or we look at all features, all facial features and all things. So you take a photograph, you can recognize this person is so and so. So somebody sitting is here, or a director is sitting here, or HSR is sitting. So that it can detect. So this kind of discriminative models have come so somewhat matured. But so the other model is like, the generative model is somewhat like this. You draw the picture of a dog. So the computer has to understand this and then draw it. So this is the basic idea. It's not mathematically very correct, I'll say, but I just wanted to explain the idea. So what the generative models does is a statistical modeling of the probabilities of the underlying parameters. So that is the mathematical thing. Maybe I will skip that. So essentially, we try to, if you want to draw the picture of a dog, so we will try to, the model will try to learn the pictures of all dogs around which has been trained, and somehow it will model the probabilities of various doggish parameters. What makes a picture a dog? Those parameters or the probabilities of those things are drawn or learned, and then it gives, from that probability distribution, gives a new point. And that new point will be a new dog. So that kind of things are being done. And the problem is that these generative models are statistical models. So, to wind up this, I will show a small poem that I asked the ChatGPT to write this morning. So I asked it to write some poem about, say, rain. So actually, what happens is that, so given my prompt, so it will try to guess or estimate the probability of the first letter or first word that to go into the poem. Then, given my prompt and my first word, it will try to estimate the next word. So the next word will be the. So now we have a better context. See, we are improving. So statistically, the next word can be something else. So it took a decision. This is the most probable word, and so I am taking it. So it goes on. It goes on the third word. Say it has chosen hush. So it could have been something else, bush. So depending on some probability, so some estimate of probability it is generating. So it generates one by one. And here also the generative models, the problem of generative models also comes here. So as being a statistical model, the next thing is generated based on the most probable way. And the problem here is that, see, if there is some problem, some error, it can hallucinate. The model can hallucinate and give something else, totally different thing. Totally different thing. So each time you regenerate also see this happens. So you take a different probability thing and happens. That is why if you regenerate on ChatGPT, you get a different thing. So this is not exactly intelligence. So it is a kind of statistical reasoning with which people make things. So the problem the ethical problem of this is that whether you can let a statistical model decide things for you. So this is a very critical question, and you should always be skeptical about. My point is that, see, ChatGPT being trained on a lot of things, so it gives you 99% good results. Say it's only there is a 1% uncertainty about see what will happen. So there is a 1% uncertainty about see the accuracy of the results. So this 1% can be very critical. Maybe from our academic point of view, so in the classroom point, it may not be very huge, but in a real world scenario, it can give you a lot of things, lot of problems, lot of issues. So the other person has come. So being teachers, you should be very much aware that this is not a panacea. See, generative models have their pitfalls. So see all the tools. See, probably you have seen a lot of tools in the sense, thousands of such tools people have developed to maybe to draw things, see, all these things, this is the one I was saying. See, there are hundreds of tools. This is something which I got sometime in Facebook or somewhere. So, these tools, they are good to an extent only. Be very careful while using this. There can be errors. There can be some problems. And when you use this for critical decisions, see, always fall back to domain knowledge. People with domain knowledge are not going for anywhere. So my contention is that our education system as such is going to stay here, but going to be assisted by such tools, not going to be replaced. Teachers are not going to be replaced by such tools. So, see, by using, you should always think of this cycle, this Gartner's Skype cycle. The Skype is always there, but say slowly it will come down and then will settle down. So, I think I have to wind up now. The other person has come. Okay, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. This is a short one, but I did not have enough time to listen. Okay, thank you.